Hello, everyone, and welcome back to MC 100. This video is going to go over the syllabus and class expectations for MC 100. Now, as I discussed in our intro video, this class really is a survey of all different forms of mass communication. And the great part is we have a wonderful mass communication program right here at Montevallo. So we train our students in mass comm to write for all different kinds of mediums, to be able to produce content that can be shown for entertainment fields, in journalism, live productions, live sports. We have podcasts, we have music shows, we have virtual reality, AR 360. We help students understand the world of mass communication, both how to consume it, but then also how to produce it. And so for this class, it's really your introduction into the world of mass communication. And this class is done through an online only asynchronous version. Make sure that you're following the week modules in order. So start at the top and work your way down. You also have this tab, this modules tab up top that says resources throughout the semester. That's where you're going to find things like your syllabus, tips, how to set up a meeting with me, and things like that. So make sure on the left-hand side of your Canvas that you're starting on the home screen and then working your way down through the modules. Also, it's helpful to know what the symbols mean in Canvas. So this little link here means that you're following a URL. Typically, all of your lecture videos are going to be posted in YouTube. So you're really just following a link to YouTube. These little what are those called? The word bubbles. Man, I just lost the word for that. But these word bubbles are where your discussion boards are. As I've said before, make sure that you post your original reply by Friday, and then by Sunday, make sure you reply to 2 peers. You can certainly do it beforehand. In fact, I highly suggest it. If you have this little paper clip here, this means that you're downloading a file, typically a Word document. And then if you see this little rocket ship, that means you have a quiz. That's where you're going to find all of your exams. And then if you have the paper with a pencil, that's an assignment that you're going to need to turn in. Note that the deadlines are always marked at the bottom, as well as their point structures. So this module is from fall of 2020. Your module is a bit different, but the structure of Canvas is still the same. So make sure you sign up for email alerts. This is how I communicate with the class. So make sure you are getting emails anytime that I post an announcement in Canvas. In order to make sure that you're ready for an online class, the Malone Center has this quiz to make sure that your technology is up to date to take an online class. I would do this assessment and just make sure everything is in tip-top shape. The other thing to note is that you cannot use Pages documents within Canvas. They do not show up for me. And so you can only submit assignments in Word or PDF formats. Now, again, this is an online asynchronous class, which means that you are able to work at your own pace. If you want to fast forward my videos in YouTube, that's totally fine. Maybe I talk too slow for you. Maybe I talk too fast for you. You're welcome to slow down the speed of the video as well. You can stop and start it as you need to, but just make sure that as you are going through the class, that you really are reading your textbook, watching the lecture and taking notes, and keeping up with your deadlines. You need to work ahead whenever possible because it's really hard to catch back up in an online asynchronous class if you get behind. And as Peter Parker and Spider-Man's uncle used to say, with great power comes great responsibility. So in an online asynchronous class, you have a lot of flexibility, but that also means that you have to be responsible for keeping up with your own work. Now, some other tips for success, I've shared these in the first video. I'll share them again because I think they're important. Make sure you're watching your videos and taking notes. Make sure you're reading your textbook and taking notes. Remember, the exams are open book, open notes. So the more notes you take, the better you will do on those exams. Make sure you participate on the discussion boards. They are worth a significant portion of your grade. So please make sure that you are doing those discussion boards. Make sure that you are really focusing on the videos, the reading, and the discussion boards, because that's where your exam questions will come out from. And then make sure you reach out to me if you need anything. I truly am here for you. I know it's hard in an online asynchronous class to feel connected to your instructor at times, but I hope that you don't have that hesitancy with me. Feel free to email me, message me in Canvas, whatever you need. The only thing I do ask when you reach out to me, though, is that you remain professional in your communication. It's really important, particularly within the mass communication field, to maintain a level of professionalism. So things that I ask for are that you put MC100 in the email subject. The question subject should go in that subject line in the email. That will help me to know what class you're talking about, as well as what your question is, before I even open up the email. Then make sure you put a salutation in there. You can call me Dr. Devers, Professor Devers, just something professional. Then write out your message in full sentences, proper grammar, and make sure you give me enough information so that I can help you. Then make sure you sign your name. I get so many emails each day. I probably get about 50 or 60 emails. So the more information you can provide me in a well-written email, the better I'll be able to help you. And by the way, this is great format for writing emails to all of your professors. You will get faster and more helpful responses if you email your professors in a professional way. Now, a really helpful resource is your course syllabus. I have posted that in the semester-long resources module, as well as in the syllabus tab. It's really important that you read the syllabus so you understand the structure of the class, as well as what our schedule is. Now, in order to be successful in this class, you really, really, really need this textbook. I promise you, I am not telling you to buy a textbook that you will not need, because this is what the majority, or at least 40% of our exam questions are based off of, things that are only in the textbook. So please make sure that you purchase Media and Culture, Mass Communication in Digital Age, 12th edition. There is an online version available, which is really great. You can find this in the UM bookstore. You can also rent this on Amazon or other textbook services. In addition, I will be putting an open educational resource version of the textbook in the library, where you can check it out for short periods of time, just in case you ever don't have access to your textbook, or you're concerned about finances. You can use that as a resource for your disposal. Now, in terms of your grades, 60% of your grades are going to come from 3 exams. However, we take 4 exams during the semester. So the top 3 grades of your 4 exams will be counted. That fourth lowest exam grade will be dropped. So let's say you make A+ over 100 on all of your first 3 exams. Well, guess what? You don't have to take the final. So if you're happy with your first 3 grades, the final is optional. However, the final is there in case you didn't perform as well as you wanted to on one of the first 3 exams. So just know that while the final is optional, it can never hurt you to take it. You may score even better and raise your grade up. Now, 20% of your grade is the discussion board posts. You're going to have 20 posts throughout the semester, which are worth 10 points each. You're going to be graded on the quality of your original post, how you're replying to the discussion board prompts, as well as whether or not you successfully reply to 2 peers by the deadline. So common things that I take off points for are being late, either not posting your original post on Friday or not replying to 2 peers by Sunday. If your original post does not answer all of the questions in the prompt, then you might have points taken off. If you are saying something like, yeah, I agree with you in your reply, but not backing it up with more content and quality, that I would also take off points for that. So think quality over quantity. I don't need long essays, but I do need to see that you have thought through the discussion. I will say we cover some very difficult social issues within these discussion board posts. They tend to be the favorite thing that students love about the class, but because there are sensitive topics that get brought up, I do ask you to maintain respectful and professional communication throughout the class. Even if someone has a different opinion than you, please listen to them, respect their opinion, and in a professional way, you may tell them why you disagree with them. However, any rude, any biased, racist, sexist, discriminatory comments will be immediately reported up past the university, to the university administration through student code of conduct, because again, we really need a safe and respectful place to have these hard discussions so that we can grow and learn from one another. Now, 10% of your grade will be through digital literacy worksheets. You're going to watch a MediaWise YouTube video series by author John Green. There are 11 total videos, but the first one is kind of an overview of the series, so you don't have to do a worksheet for that one. So make sure you start with the video called Introduction, and then do the 10 worksheets. You can do those all at one time. You can do them weekly. They are due mid-semester, so just make sure you keep up with the deadline. But again, that will be worth 10% of your total grade. And then the final 10% of your grade is your final media project. You can look those over in the module on the media project. I've given you many different options of how you can produce a media project. You get to pick one and work on it throughout the semester. And of course, instructions and rubrics are provided in Canvas, and you can always reach out to me if you have any questions about that project or anything else in the course. Now, in terms of your schedule, there's two places to check. The bottom of your syllabus has a proposed schedule each week, and then the modules in Canvas also have the schedule. So I typically post modules as soon as I complete them. Most of the modules are complete, but I may change things throughout the semester if current events come up or things change. So just keep an eye on your module as well as your announcements folder. If you have any questions about deadlines or assignments, please contact me. I am not a perfect person by any means. So there may be a deadline that's put in wrong or something looks confusing. Just let me know, and I'm usually able to resolve it pretty quickly. Now, I do want to note that any plagiarism that I find, whether that comes in the form of cheating on an exam or plagiarizing someone's work in a digital literacy worksheet, a media project, or a discussion board, those are immediately reported up through the student code of conduct because they violate a very serious thing in communication, which is taking someone else's communication and citing it as your own. So make sure you refresh yourself on the university's plagiarism policy. So I hope that this gives you a better understanding of MC 100 and what you are looking at for the semester. As always, please feel free to contact me. My Calendly link is the easiest way to schedule a meeting with me, whether you want to meet in person or by Zoom. And that is posted in Canvas in the semester long resources folder. You can also email me using your professional email sheet. And then my office is in Strong Hall 137. So feel free to come by and say hi at any time. I'm really looking forward to this semester. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.